Alright guys, so I just wanted to start kind of start a new thing on my channel where I kind of talk about stocks and stuff just because I don't know shit about stocks. But if we take a quick look, I use Robinhood. I know that's a noob move. I also have Ameritrade, but I use Robinhood mainly just because of I like the interface and stuff like that. And I can talk more about what I used to invest what I was invested in maybe like 2-3 like my holdings 2-3 weeks ago, and why I switched and why I kind of changed my strategy a little bit, even though I don't know a lot. I don't trade any options just because I don't know, like I'm barely getting into stocks and stuff. But today, as you can see, I'm up almost $82 for the day, and that's all just because of Apple and Tesla, which is fucking crazy, I think, because Tesla already did their split and Apple did their split also. And I just think that just taking in consideration everything else, what I've kind of heard and the research that I've kind of done a little bit, watching YouTube videos and just kind of listening to other people, Apple and Tesla are a little bit overvalued, I think, at this point in time. If we take a look at, what they were, like how much they've gone up just these past like 3 months. Like, okay, let's go back to the all-time high, right? Pre-pandemic, before, like, this is a split price, obviously, right? So let's just go ahead with these new split prices, obviously. So we take a look at pre-pandemic Apple, all-time high, $80, right? So then the pandemic hits, goes down to 56, and then it quickly hits $80 again a couple months later. But now it's just almost, it's gone up a lot, like 60% in the past 3 months, 20% in the past month, and 5% this week. 5% just today alone. I have about 10.5 shares. I did have 2.5 before the split, so it divided, I got my shares. And now Tesla also, right? We go back to the past month, just they've gone up 67%. Like the past 3 months, 171%. This is not healthy, right? Just look at that big spike. It looks exponential. It's not sustainable. When growth looks exponential like that, I'm no stock expert. I am not any financial expert by any means. I'm still getting into this, but I know math. And that's just not, that's not healthy. It looks exponential. That's not good. It's going to be prone to a crash pretty soon here, I think, in my humble opinion. Maybe we'll look at September, it'll take a little dip. October, it'll take a dip maybe. I'll probably be looking to buy during these dips. I'm also into Microsoft. I think I bought it around 199 or 200. I kind of slacked on that. I tweaked because my girlfriend went in on it when it was like 190, 189. So she has bigger gains than I do. I'm also in on Nike, just because I think Nike, if you guys also watch my channel and stuff like that, you guys know I love Nike. I wear Nike cleats, I buy Nike balls and stuff like that. So I think Nike is going to be really good for the long run. Nike sells a variety of products, which is really, really good. And I'm a noob, so I'm more on the safer side with Nike, right? I'll probably look to get more into Nike. So far I only have like $500 worth of Nike. This is my big boy move. I'm really hoping that this PS5 really does a number for me in terms of Sony stock price. I'll keep you guys updated. I'll keep posting more videos like this. Right now it's around its like fair value, around what it should be priced at. I don't think it'll go any lower than this, to be honest. I mean, it kind of dropped off this week. It's been going up and down a lot, but if you look at the past 3 months, the year, you know, this was the all-time high. Then it dips because of the pandemic, but then it quickly goes back up again. And if we look at the trends, you know, Sony's is just killing it with their exclusives and stuff. And I do think a lot of Xbox people, I hope I don't offend anyone, I think there are a lot of probably maybe kids that the first Xbox console they had was an Xbox One, and maybe they're looking to switch, right, because their friends have a PS4 or, you know, things like that. But not necessarily people that have a history with Xbox, like obviously the first Xbox, the 360 and all that. I don't think they'll want to switch because, you know, you kind of fall in love with products and stuff like that, and brands, you kind of get behind that. So now I'm up $90 for the day. I've been up $239 this week and almost $1,000 this past month. And this is where I kind of want to show you guys what happened, and describe this really big dip and then my rise again. But that'll probably be a different video. But yeah, I'll definitely describe what happened here and how I changed my strategy and how I turned these losses into gains, in a way you could say. As far as my Ameritrade account goes, I have 6 Microsoft. It shows a negative balance of $217, just because I am withdrawing $200 from that account, not because I lost $200 for the day. And then on Webull, I only have two Sony stocks. But I did have MFA Financial, and I was looking to get an Apple, get on an Apple. But then I just realized, you know what, there's a lot of I'm just all over the place here, you know. I have too many accounts and stuff like that. But on my Yahoo, it's all integrated, except for Webull. So if we factor in like the 156, I'm almost at like 9K. I'm pretty soon here. So I've factoring in all of the losses and gains. I'm up $800, and this is coming from someone who doesn't know shit, right? Who's just using common sense. I don't know shit, right? But I'll leave my links down below. If you guys use my link, you get a free stock and I get a free stock. When you refer people, I have my girlfriend in on this. I have, you know, a lot of people think that the stock market is risky. I've been trying to tell my cousins to get on it, just because I think that me coming from, you know, being a minority in this country and my family not having financial literacy, it's really important for us to learn and expand ways to make money. You know, a lot of us just think that, I mean, it's not our fault, but our parents didn't have much growing up, so all they were taught was to save. And if you guys actually know a little bit about economics, which I don't know shit about economics. I'm not even an economics major. I'm a chemistry major, but money actually depreciates in value if you leave it under your mattress or in the bank, because of inflation. You'll lose like around 2 to 3% a year. So, you know, I mean, it's not a lot, but it adds up, especially if you have a lot of money saved up. If you have $10,000 saved up, you're losing quite a bit of chunk there, you know, 2 to 3%. as opposed to if it were invested, you know, those $10,000 could just, you know, grow on their own. So right here you can see it says since February 14th, so that's probably when I opened up my account and when I deposited money, but not necessarily when I started trading. As you can see here, this is probably around the time in March when I decided to start kind of making moves and stuff like that. You know, I went heavy in on recovery stocks like airlines and stuff, but I'll explain this from here to here and how I shot back up, and why I'm playing really hard on Sony. People would say, well, if you just took those $2,000 and put them into Apple, you would have made more money, right? And you're right, I would have. But I think Apple's gonna dip, and I think Apple's gonna dip right around the time Sony goes up with PS5. As soon as the pre-orders come in, we'll see Sony go up. Maybe I want to say $10. I'm very hopeful they'll go up $10. I've already done the math. If they go up to like $100, which is very, very optimistic, I'm looking at around an $800 gain just on these positions here. But I'll go more into depth on that. And then Apple, well, they're not gonna unveil their new products too, so I don't know if I should exit Microsoft. I do know they did announce the new Microsoft Duo, but I don't know how much that's gonna help their stock. Maybe I should exit Nike. The thing about being all in on tech, like, right, we go Apple, Tesla's a tech company. It's more a tech company than a car company. But if we look at going from, you know, being in Sony, exiting Nike, going into Sony, Microsoft, Apple, Tesla, being in on Sony, on Webull, being in on Microsoft, you know, I'm just all in tech right now. And I kind of want to describe that, and how that I enter tech right here, like all in on tech right here, and it goes straight up. Maybe this is getting a pretty long video. I'll kind of explain this later, but I just want to say that this is the point where I enter tech. 28th of July is when I go heavy in on tech, like reduce my positions. Here I'm in on Ford, and I'm in on Delta, I'm in on American Airlines, United Airlines, Delta Airlines. I'm in on MFA Financial, which is a real estate institution type stock thingy, and I just see more decline because they're asking for more loans and they're getting more debt and they're laying people off and all this other shit. So I exit all my positions, I take the losses, and I go in all on tech, and this is what happens. I just figured that after I take the gains from tech, I can always go back into Delta Air, because I don't feel like those guys are going to go up anytime soon, so I could still catch them at a good price. But yeah, the market's kind of down today. Overall, I'd say it's pretty down. But I mean, if you see my portfolio, I would be down for the day too if it weren't for these two guys that don't make any sense right now. It's just all hype right now. But I mean, you can either ride the wave and make some money, or it could crash and burn and you'll get burned. But I think I'm in on it okay for my net worth, for my financial situation. I'm in on it okay. As you can see, it's starting to dip for the day, which it kind of does happen at midday. Usually it goes up, but we'll see how it goes tomorrow. But yeah, I'll leave my links down in the description below. Please leave a like, comment whatever you want. Just don't be bogus. Don't comment like, oh my god, you only have like 7k or 8k invested or whatever. Like, dude, I'm just getting started. I'm just kind of dipping my toes in, and I just want to learn. I just feel like I said, coming from a minority, coming from someone who isn't well off or wasn't well off, nobody told us about this. There's a risk, but if you know how to play it, if you know how to play the game, mean, you can come up from it. So we'll see what happens. Yesterday, or Friday rather, the Microsoft was at 228, 230, and I was up a lot, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, peace out, guys. Check out the description. I hope you guys have a good day. I'll keep you posted, by the way.